Her father is rock and roll superstar Lenny Kravitz, and her actor mother, Lisa Bonet, shifted the culture on The Cosby Show. But Zoe Kravitz is forging her own path in Hollywood, first as an actress and now director of the new thriller, Blink Twice.
So, everybody's dead. How about we start at the beginning?
Did we just jet off to a billionaire's island with a bunch of strangers? He's not a stranger. He's Slater King.
I think it's weird that there's lows for us. I think it's just rich.
You having a good time?
I'm having a great time.
Well, Zoe, congratulations on your directorial debut.
Thank you.
Are you having a good time?
That's become a complicated question.
You know.
I am having a great time.
Good, well, I'm glad having a good time in this sense. First off, girlfriend, you had me squirming in my seat. Squirming.
That's what we like to hear.
Okay, because when I read your director's statement and you said that this film was rooted in power, I saw it. But for the people that have not been as fortunate to see it yet, how would you describe how power is woven through this story?
Well, it's about power and power dynamics and what that does to us as human beings, and what people do when they have it, which is usually abuse it, what people will do to get it when they don't have it, and what happens when that balance gets disrupted.
It's really interesting, to me at least, that you chose this genre to tell this kind of story. What would you say you want people to take away from that element?
Part of the reason I chose this genre is I wanted to highlight the absurdity of what we as women are asked to do. And sometimes to change perspective, you have to heighten everything. And the genre, like the thriller genre, is a great way to do that. And I also hope that men, because of that shift in perspective, are able to really see and understand what it feels like to be a woman.
Now you've taken this story that I think maybe some viewers thought would go one direction. We go a lot of different directions, which was amazing. And I'm curious because you're flexing a different creative muscle in this. We know you act, you sing even. There's all these other projects that you've been a part of. Were there any unique challenges you faced when directing and trying to tell this complex story?
When you're talking about something so sensitive and also in such a specific way, needing to communicate what's in your mind and hoping that you're doing it in a way that others can understand so that they can help and show up and do their jobs, it's a challenge.
Yeah, and it's your baby too.
Yeah.
You wrote this, and I understand you didn't want to pass it off, and that's how you ended up in this director's chair to begin with.
Yeah.
We know we directed certain individuals on the set, including your fiance, and I find this story so magical. I didn't realize you all hadn't connected in person before until the exchange of the script.
Yeah.
How cool. I'm curious because from my understanding, you had your hands in all of the pots. So are you directing at home? Do we turn it off, or is it kind of work 365 until your baby is done?
It was mostly all the time, especially when we were in production, because, you know, as a director, you kind of have to be obsessed, you know, and I was definitely obsessed. There were a few moments where I thought, okay, we need office hours here, you know, because literally the only time that I wasn't working was like the 15 minutes in bed before I woke up or fell asleep. And so, you know, I tried my best to create some boundaries, but I'm also falling asleep and dreaming about the movie. So, you know, it's hard to do that.
What was it like working together, just overall?
It was great. It was wonderful. He was an incredible partner, an incredible producer, always had my back. And it was, I think there was a reason that we were able to go to such extreme places with his character in particular, because we feel safe with each other. And I also know what he's capable of in terms of his incredible talent. And so, yeah, we had a great time.
Yeah, I mean, you saw it because we've never seen him in a role like this before, which was so interesting. I want to close here with when people walk out of the theater, besides squirming in their seat for the last like 15 minutes, what do you hope they will leave with?
I hope people will leave feeling entertained and energized and curious. I hope that this movie sparks conversations. And I don't want to tell people what to talk about, but as long as they're having conversation, I'm very happy.